What's up guys, Chris4892 here, and today I'm gonna be doing a fan view. I might not miss seeing one of my big fans.
This week we learned just how much Trump's grip on the Republican Party is impacting the GOP's bottom line. The Biden campaign reported it had more than double the cash on hand of the Trump campaign, while the president himself has sharpened his attacks against his predecessor over his mounting legal debts. As those legal bills are growing, Trump has a new joint fundraising effort with the Republican National Committee that will filter donations to both his campaign and the super PAC paying his legal fees before the RNC even gets a cut. With Trump and Paul in two hands with loyalists.
Yeah, and guys, subscribe.
The party is now fully formed in Trump's.
I gotta do a little something right now.
The fate of not only the United States, but of the entire world. In this body, the RNC is going to be the vanguard of a movement that will work tirelessly every single day to elect our nominee, Donald J. Trump.
We are going to make sure that every single penny of the
Subscribe with bell on, that way you never miss one of my best videos.
Joining now is former RNC Chair Ron.
Alright then.
Welcome back to Meet the Press. Thank you for being here. Great to be with you. Thanks for having me. Let's dive right into this and start with your decision to step down as RNC Chair. If you can, take me behind the scenes a little bit. Were you pushed out of your role?
Well, there's no question that as RNC chair, you have to remain neutral, and we had a primary process. And so we did have debates, right? We had debates, and there was tension and a little friction that started during that process. It was well played out in the media.
Wait,
And when I was doing that role,
come on.
one nominee before that was going to be President Trump, that they would want to serve.
They just look for a dude to answer. What it?
Were you pushed out by him?
He absolutely wanted me to
Oh,
move aside.
I can just wait for him. Okay, I can just wait. Do this. And invite.
I can't. I mean, we had
Invite him.
primary, we had debates. If you look at the Democrats, they did
Invite.
have debates. Now they have RFK Jr. running as a third party. Imagine how the world would be different if they'd have allowed those debates to take place. I think that's so important to our public discourse. So yes, I was neutral, but as I said at that time, there was no back and no back, and that was true. And so we needed to
So wait.
consolidate behind the nominee, and that's what I did.
You talked about the tensions around the debates. Was there a breaking point with former President Donald Trump and you?
It was a lot of tension with the campaign. He really did not feel like we should have debates. He said this publicly. I got a lot of phone calls. And there were
From Trump directly.
from everybody in his campaign, and I did talk to him. And also, you saw from Trump supporters, right? Don't support the RNC, don't give to the RNC, don't have debates. Listen, there are a lot of people who support President Trump in our party, but there are others who didn't, and they need to see that process to play out, to say, this was fair, my candidate was given an opportunity to speak to the American people, the voters decided, and this is the nominee. And because we let that process play out, he's the nominee without a third party running against him, which is the opposite of what the Democrats did.
People replaced by Donald Trump's candidate allies, including his
Oh,
daughter-in-law.
well,
Trump was
can
now
do that.
fundraising agreement, which basically
Wait.
means the donations go to the super
Midnight is
PAC
time zone.
before they go to the RNC.
Midnight is time zone.
Donald Trump to ask donors to pay for
I got a little
Well, I
idea.
think as long as the donors know that
Yeah,
that's what
line.
they're doing. And so it is in the waterfall of it, it's the Save America before the RNC. What I also think that means is that the campaigns or the RNC is being truthful when they're saying they're not going to pay the legal bills, that it is going to continue to run through the Save America Act.
But ultimately, these donations are going for paying his legal bills. People who maybe struggle with some.
I think I'm playing some Roblox.
They're not.
I don't know.
Challenge for that.
If they feel strongly to support his legal bills, then they have every right to do so, and I think he's being very open that they're not going to his legal bills.
You posted $2 million for his legal bills while he was still in office. Do you have any regrets about that? Do you think that was an appropriate use of RNC funds?
You know, as a former president, as somebody who raised a lot of money into the RNC, we paid less than $2 million in legal bills, and we didn't, once he became a nominee or a candidate, we cut that off. It's different when you're a former president than when you're a candidate.
One RNC member told Politico that you were, quote, failed chair. Another said, quote, we lost the House, the Senate, and the White House while she was chair. She did good. So on the right that, I put that one out very hard. The fact that under my time as chair, we've had more women in Congress ever than in the history of our party, that we've had more minority growth in our party, and that didn't just happen. I had offices open in Black, Asian, Hispanic communities that we had ignored as a party, and we've seen growth as a result, which, by the way, we're seeing in this election as well. And then I'm going to point out to this. The RNC, we don't do the messaging, we don't do the hearings, we're turnout. So if you look at 2022, just 2022, we turned out 4 million more Republicans, and we would have won the Electoral College based on that turnout. So what I say to people is, if you're willing to go,
Gotta wait because I don't know his time. I don't know his time. I don't know his time at all. So I gotta wait.
And I can go to every race in 2022. So I view my tenure as RNC chair as a success.
All right, well, let's talk about the election now. Donald Trump says one of his
GMT.
to free those
Crap.
charged and convicted of crimes related to January 6th. Do you support that?
I want to be very
Good for you.
clear. The violence that happened on January 6th is unacceptable. It doesn't represent our country. It certainly does not represent my party. We should not be attacking the Capitol. We should not be having violence. I said it that day. I put a statement out that day that this is not acceptable. If you attacked our Capitol and you've been convicted, then that should stay.
But to the question though, do you disagree with Trump saying he's going to free those who've been charged?
I do not think people who committed violent acts on January 6th should be free.
So you disagree with that? He's been saying that for months. Why not speak out earlier? Why just speak out about that now?
When you're the RNC chair, you kind of take one for the whole team, right? Now I get to be a little bit more myself, right? This is what I believe. I don't think violence should be in our political discourse, Republican or Democrat. And I disagree with that. I agree with him on a whole host of other things. Let's close the border. Let's make sure we have good incomes for people. Let's make sure we do a lot of great things. But on that point, I don't think we should be freeing people who violently attack Capitol Hill police officers and attack the Capitol.
Ronna, that is such a fundamental point. People would argue this is a fundamental point to our democracy. You say you still support him. I assume you're still going to vote for him based on that. What do you say to those who hear your answers to that question and feel like it's hypocritical to then vote for him?
I think we have to make a choice, right? And everybody's looking at their candidates and they may say, I don't love everything about this. I disagree with this. I don't like how they say this. But for me, when I look at my state of Michigan and I look at the cost of food, the cost of rent, the cost of insurance, that I feel less safe. So crime is on the rise, that we're seeing fentanyl come across our border, that we're seeing an open border. I don't think there's any choice but to vote for the Republican. Even though you may have disagreements, it's him or Biden, and that's the choice.
Gotta go to next fan. See you later. Now with Egg 4001.
I don't think he wanted that attack
Wave.
on the Capitol, but I will say that attack is a dark day in our history. There's nothing you can
I just go wait for
about that
his
day. There's nothing that we
spots.
can look back and say this was good. It's changed our whole
Do
country.
do
And so
do
I
do
think
do.
what happened on
Says
January
he's on my.
6th
Oh, hey, he's on. 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 He's on.
If you ask some of those who were convicted, they say they were there because Trump asked them to be there. Was he not there?
I want to be really clear.
For that there.
First of all, the RNC was not there on January
So what about Trump? I want to ask you about Trump because Mitch McConnell said Donald Trump was practically and morally responsible for the attack on the Capitol. Was he?
I don't think he wanted the attack on the Capitol.
Was he responsible though? He may not have foreseen it, but was he responsible?
Well, when I say that, I don't mean he wanted that to happen, so I don't hold him responsible for that. But I do think that it was a terrible day, and it's not something to be celebrated, and it wasn't a beautiful day. The RNC was not there. We did not coordinate. We did not.
one
But I also took it a different way.
of
When my kids
my
see this on the
vids.
internet and they see all these flags and it looks like the Republican Party's part of this, it changes them. They
Right
say,
now.
"What's going on? Why does that be frightening?" This is a dark day in our history, and we can never back away from the fact that we should all be condemning the events of January 6th.
I want to turn now to your actions in the aftermath of the 2020 election. On November 17th, you and Donald Trump were reported pushing two Republican Michigan officials, election officials, not to certify the results of the election. And on the call, your reporter is saying, quote, "If you could go home tonight, do not sign it. We will get you attorneys." Do you have thoughts about that phone call with your
I'm
actions?
so glad you asked me about this because I've never had a chance to respond to this. And if you know the course of what happened that night, these two individuals went into a hearing, they voted no. They didn't vote not to certify. They said, you know, we want an audit. There were no problems in the election. They gave statements, they were well documented over subsequent elections, and they said, as canvassers, we think we should have an audit before we certify. That's all they asked for.
Let's see the answer. And so please.
Such vile names. Family members are being threatened
And
that they changed their vote and they left shaken. And I
And-
nobody. And I think we should agree with this.
And-
Nobody should be threatened or bullied or pushed to change a vote. And that's what happened to them.
Oh,
And I want to
what the-
finish by saying.
I probably sent it. Give it a second.
Say, are you okay? That's my recollection. It was 3.5 years ago. These are people I knew. I live in Wayne County. Are you okay? Are you all right? Conscience, not pushing you to anything. And then let me
please.
add one other thing. She was threatened to such a degree, Monica, that somebody's gone to jail. I'm not going to say the threats that she had, but we can't as parties say, we shouldn't be attacking election workers. Election workers need to be safe. And then when it happens to Republicans, ignore it and only report it when they have to.
She's so mine.
I understand what you're saying about the concerns about her safety, but you got on the phone with her. She's the then president of the United States. How could anyone say that?
Should not be
other
open
than
to change your vote.
But you
People
said,
call them.
do not sign it. If you can go home tonight, do not sign it. How can people realize that any
Go
other
to your conscience.
pressure campaign?
You know, the pressure was being put on them from the hours and hours of threats and abuse they were receiving that coerced them to change their vote. And they shouldn't have had to deal with
But
that.
if they're on the phone with you and Donald Trump, who was then the president,
I'm not trying to do anything. What I'm saying is I support you voting your conscience. We should all
knowing
say
what
that.
you know now, do you regret making that phone call?
I regret the fact that people are being threatened for doing their job in this country. I think it's wrong to say, I want a simple audit and to have your family be threatened, your daughter be threatened, your livelihood be threatened, being called racist. Go look at the transcripts, and this is the one thing.
Yeah.
We can't have one scattered for Democrat election workers and
No,
Republican.
Egg is probably not gonna respond because I sent him this and it ain't working. It ain't working.
Did you not have a response?
Hi, there, little boop, 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 boop.
To say, before January 6th,
So turn it. Lego Crop. Lego Crop has been on forever.
The reality is that Joe Biden won. He's the president. He's the legitimate president. I have always said, and I continue to say, there were issues in 2020. I believe that both can be true. You can say massive laws were changed. They were changed through courts or through secretaries of state and not through the legislative process. In the name of the pandemic.
75.
you acknowledge those, what you're talking about, did not rise to the level in any way of overturning any of
Remember
Oh.
in November, which by the way is when that takes place. In
Christmas.
November, the election happens in November. We're getting so much income. We have a job to say this was done correctly.
Oh.
And I'll just finish about Wayne County. You know, there were precincts that didn't align. That's a fact. That's not propaganda. That's a fact. So why can't you say, hey, listen, these precincts are aligning. Let's take a look under the hood.
Let me just stop you because you just said Joe Biden's a legitimately elected president. This is the first time.
Fan
you have
tunes
said this.
online.
It's
No,
not.
I haven't said it in any
This is
Call
what you
bot.
said,
No, that's a
year
freaking
ago
bot.
to Chris Wallace. I'm sure.
I'm thinking of Thinking of at every morning. I'm thinking of at every morning lemon me. I'm at every morning lemon me. So this is what I do. I go into shows, look for stuff. Then I look straight. I have to look straight for generals. That voice channel general. I have to look for normal general. Oh, hub. Of course it's called hub. Why would it not be called hub? Hello. Oh, that's small. Thy what?
2.6 million. Saying, you know what, get rid of ID for all mail-in ballots. That's a concern. We should all be concerned about the care, custody, integrity of every ballot. But that's all I'm saying. And you know what? This is a viewpoint of a lot of Republicans, and they think Joe Biden's the president, but they also think there were problems, and both can be true.
Even the Supreme Court didn't take up concerns about the election results in Pennsylvania and a slew of other states. So let me just stick to Bill. I want to allow you to continue to answer questions about your role in the 2020
Well, let me do this. Let me see if I have any more fans. If I do, I'm gonna be happy. I'm waiting. Come on. Come on.
Let's go back to time. Because initially in November of 2020, there were concerns everywhere. Imagine
2019 is the hottest thing I've seen in a while.
you have to track that down. So where I was in
Thanks.
2020 and the posts that are being
Thanks.
taken from a very long time ago, 3.5 years ago, to where I am today, you've got to allow the process to play out. And I think it is fair to say there were concerns then, but no, Biden is the president, and we need to move forward. And this is the important part. I'm trying to think what people struggle with
Okay then.
by the time January 6th,
Dinkus. Come on, Dinkus. Do something. Do something, Dinkus.
Donald Trump had lost the Supreme Court.
Dang it. Do something. Do something, Dinkus. There we go, Dinkus. Dinkus.
Joe Biden won. I said that. I said that at the time before January 6th. Before January 6th, and you're still saying that there were concerns.
Oh well, they don't care. EVERYONE. Everyone. At everyone. Let's see how this pans out. 3, 2, 1. Damn. Enter. Oops, I did it again. I go wait. And I think I started it. Ooh, baka boo, boo, baka boo.
Very quickly, Ron, before I let you go, you seem to be changing your tone as it relates to Joe Biden being legitimately elected. Why should viewers, why should people trust you?
I gotta wait for the people to come online and be like, what the heck? Why did I get at everyone? Why did I get at we got a big chunk, we got a big chunk, we got a big chunk.
choice in November, and they don't care.
Dang it. Wait a minute.
I think they're thinking about inflation, the border, crime, their kids schooling.
I gotta find
I
it.
represent 50% of this country, whether you like it or
Oh,
not. To be able to
where
have
the
different
heck is
viewpoints
this?
and say, I disagree with that viewpoint, but it's important to hear it, is important to our country. I am not changing
What
my tune.
happened
This
to
is
the,
where I've been. And right now, we're heading into a period
into
Donald Trump and his mistruths, his lies about the election.
escapism.
Why should they trust you when they say they don't?
Huh? That's weird.
I think you should trust me. I mean, I can't speak to people who don't trust different voices. I think you should be able to hear from different voices. And I have been able to talk to you about
Escapism.
going to that election.
Looks like there's a lot of people that are down this one. And slow-mo is on. Great. Just great.
I don't go home as chairman Ryan McDaniel. I'm mom Ryan McDaniel. I go to the grocery store. I do all these things. And I really feel like if our country is going to survive, we need to have difficult conversations like this in a respectful way.
Side of us.
In our country, but we also can't
So,
go back to chambers and say I'm only going to listen to what the
rise.
Democrats have to say, and I'm only going to listen to Republicans have to say.
A-G-A-I-N. Oops, I did it again. Virus arise again. Well, sounds like this is very empty. Very empty. So, at E D E R Y O N E 3, 2, 1, drop it. I hit it. I did it. I put in at everyone. I got the first one. Got the first one. Got the first one. Got one as the count. One. Wait. We have one as the count. We have one as the count. We have one as the count. Come on. Today at 8:49 p.m. This will be a moment in Discord history. Wait, what if I add everyone to Discord server?
Did a good job of exposing, I think, many of the contradictions. And look, there's a reason why there's a lot of journalists at NBC are so comfortable with this, because
FTN roleplay? Oh no! Oh, I know what to do. Oh wait, no, never mind. Bad. No, I'm friends with this server. Oh, I know what to do. I know exactly what to do. It's time for me
sometimes it's access to an individual.
to add everyone the scammers. If it gets me banned, I'll say that this is for a video. So,
I think that would be certainly defensible. If you told me,
I gotta find the freaking scammers. Oh, I can't find the scammers. That's weird.
it's a two-way what she can bring to the network. So I do think, unfortunately, this interview is always going to be looked through the prism of who is she speaking for, right? I think you did everything you could do. You got put into an impossible
Yeah, this is it because the Roblox logo. So this is it.
unfortunate for this program, but I am glad you did the best you could. That's why the three of us are on here to try to bolster that
Wow.
independence.
Well, I appreciate that. That is about that. And as a lawyer, I think about that.
Come on.
Reasons that you laid out.
Come on.
Timing that she
Give me.
was only here after she got ousted from Trump's RNC.
There have been attempts to book her as our speaker on the show.
Okay, if I plug my mouse in the box, I swear to God.
I have to do what Angela said. I believe what she do and not put anything that she said today in a net. I know that she habitually lied. She habitually joined Trump in attacking the press, members of the press, including this network, in a way that put journalists at risk, in danger. And we do know that she carried water for Donald Trump.
What?
She did participate.
No.
Hit folks in Detroit from my hometown, so I take this both journalistically.
No.
Mostly black voters in Detroit from being counted that night. I know that that's what she did.
No.
Pressure campaign that Donald Trump now
No.
accused in the court of law of doing.
Oh, finally.
When it comes to
a worthy opponent.
that she said today because of those credibility
NBC that has come since the announcement. It's very clear that some of the critics just don't want to be friendly with Republican voices or conservative arguments. So there is that, and that bad. We want to have a robust exchange of conclusions.
You're in a video.
I heard what's been said.
Oops, I did it again.
That's not what and she has huge credibility problems. Not because she's been a part of
VC. This is the little question I asked everybody, and all of them said no. Let's see differently.
during her tenure. And it is the case that when you look at what she
No.
did with
No.
the electors specifically, she wasn't on that phone call because she felt bad about somebody.
Wait.
Donald Trump was on the call. He was telling them, she was saying,
No. He wouldn't give up a choice like that.
Was about making a case that the election had been stolen. She did a tremendous disservice to the country by making an argument that led to the erosion of faith. And half of Republicans right now believe the election wasn't fair. And even today, confronted with her past posts, she couldn't give you a straight answer until your fourth or fifth time. Just final 5 seconds.
Look, it is important for this network and for always to have a wide aperture, okay? And covering voters that have disparate beliefs, having ideological diversity on this panel is something I prided myself on. You and I both took plenty of grief when you have ideological and political diversity. I think all of us in mainstream media do a terrible job sometimes with geographic diversity and all this stuff. But I sort of call into
Come
question
on.
sometimes.
This either not gets him or this either gets me offended.
In a very, very, very blue city. This is a Washington operative. They think it wants to bring it to the network. I understand the motivation, but this execution, I think, was poor.
Someone said to me last night, it'd be really complicated. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it.
Well, do you wanna say anything to the Well, do you want to say anything to the viewers?
He sat on the highest court in the country for almost 30 years. Justice Stephen Breyer, confirmed in 1994, helped shape the nation's laws through 4 presidential administrations and retired the same year of the Dobbs decision, which overturned the landmark abortion rights
dang it.
Roe v. Wade. I sat down with Justice Breyer at Harvard Law School this week, where we discussed the controversial Dobbs decision and his new book, Reading the Constitution, in which he urges the justices to look beyond the words as originally written in the Constitution to the real-world consequences and rulings they have.
Hey,
You told the New York
Don't-
Times
huh.
of the court today something important is going on. What did you mean by that?
No, I really what I'm writing here that I don't. I think the most important characteristic to focus on is the change in the way
Oh.
that people are interpreting in general this document and the statutes towards what did people
Hello.
originally, when this was written, what did they take these words to mean in general?
This is the end
You say that
of the idea.
just read it. And it's simple. And it'll stop the judges from doing what they ought to be bound by the text. You say, sounds good. Sounds good. And that's what I spent a year and a half trying to explain why.
Let me ask you about the court is going to hear.
So, the resolution of this is always at everyone sub.
Why do you think the court
Or try to, because you might come across some new friends along the way.
I've read the briefs, and that isn't being coy, it's true. My goodness.
That's the ending.
Just
And this should be
and my
his
It
speech.
really hurts. I'm not just trying to get out of the question because I can get out of the question by just saying I'm not going to answer the question. But the point is that there's so many.
Okay.
Look, this is how decision.
Well, that's the last words of my best fan. Well, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all guys next time. Peace. Needed.